part 3 of my curriculum series covering what I taught my children last year. If you didn't catch the first 2 videos, go back and see my kindergarten rod and staff review and then the Squilt music appreciation review. And today I'm going to talk about phonics. So I've now taught 4 kids through kindergarten. And usually you teach reading, kind of preschool, kindergarten. And I have not yet found a phonics curriculum that I love. I've tried a couple different ones, and there wasn't necessarily anything wrong with phonics curriculums. They just didn't jive well with our family. So I ended up, almost every time I've started one with my kids, I've ended up tossing it out at one point or another and just going simply to reading, just teaching them to read. And sometimes using phonics books for supplementation. So I want to show you the readers that I used. I've used some of them with all of my kids, but most recently with my last 2 kids who are currently 5 and 6 that I taught to read this last school year. These are the readers that I've used the most. If you're familiar with the Bob books at all, they come, there's several different sets. This is the first set, and it's just simple consonant, vowel, consonant words, short vowels, and of course they're out of order. So here's the first one, Matt, and I think really Matt and Sat are the only 2 words. Okay, and Sam. And so it's pretty simple, and they're pretty basic, and they build more on more words, but they're all short vowels. Through the series, here's book 8, so you can see how it progresses. And I like these books because my kids can, even if they only know a few words, they can read through the whole book and feel like they accomplished something. We're not just like writing words on a board and reading them. It's kind of fun to actually be able to read through a book. So there are 12 books in a set, and there are multiple sets. I think we have at least 4 sets, but this is the first one. The other ones start getting a little more complicated, and my younger daughter isn't ready to go past this. She's pretty much on this. And then my 6-year-old son is reading pretty well. So after I do the Bob books, I have these books that are put out. It's American Language Series by Mile High Publishers. And I believe I got this when I purchased our phonics program through Memoria Press. I did that with my oldest daughter because we were in a co-op and that's what they were using. And there was 3 books. The first one is Fun in the Sun. It's just, once again, short vowel words. And I can't find it because my kids love it and they take it around the house and read it. But it's like we call them chapter books. My middle kids like to feel like the older kids and have chapter books. So they're like a story on just 1 or 2 pages. So it kind of feels like they're reading a big kid book. So the first one is, like I said, short vowels. This one goes through consonant clusters, and then book 3 adds in silent E. So my 6-year-old son read some things from these books. And then these ones are currently my favorites with my 6-year-old son. They're like a step beyond the Bob books. Similar concept, but it's just a little bit more words. So right now my 5-year-old's reading these, my 6-year-old's reading these, and these are mainly short vowels, and they're all numbered in the back, so that if you go in order, it kind of slowly builds on that. So this is the first set. Let's see, I believe this is the second set where we're learning long vowels and silent E's. The third set, consonant blends. And then the fourth set, I didn't even open yet. The fourth set is just going farther into more consonants and AR, OR, ER, IR, UR sounds. So I've used these ones as they kind of progress into reading a little more fluently but aren't ready for more challenging books. And these ones are, I believe I also purchased these with Memoria Press. And then the one other thing that I love but I don't currently have because we had a flood last year and ruined so many of my books. It was so sad. And I reordered almost all of them, but somehow I forgot to order the Abeka readers that go along with their first grade phonics program, and I loved those. Those were kind of like a step above these, and they were kind of like, in quotes, chapter books where it slowly progressed farther. It was probably like maybe 10 books, and they had little activities in them and little stories to read, and they got progressively harder. It was all from a Christian worldview, so they were, you know, positive stories with good morals, and even one of them was like Aesop's Fables, and my kids loved that book. So I need to probably go purchase those for my 6-year-old son, who will be going into 1st grade next year, because I think that'll be right along his reading level. So those are my phonics books. Let me know if you have any awesome phonics program that you've taught. I still have a few more years before Jackson will be at that stage. He's about to turn 3. So I've got a little bit of time, and I haven't found a program that I love yet. So if you've got a great idea, let me know in the comments. And thank you for watching, and stay tuned next week for my final video of our history.